Section 90 General Information. 91 to architects, consulting engineers, and electrical contractors. These standards are issued by CPS Energy to provide minimum technical standards for materials and construction practices utilized in the installation of electric service. CPS Energy documents entitled Policy for Electric Line Extensions and Service Installations and Rules and Regulations Applying to Retail Electric and Gas Service will outline conditions for service. 91.1 Revisions. The standards herein supersede all previous publications of CPS Energy's electric service standards. 91.2 Supplemental Rules and Regulations. The standards herein are supplementary to the rules and regulations of the City of San Antonio, other municipalities' adopted codes, county ordinances, the NESC, and the NEC. 92 Customer Charges and Agreements. Customer charges, including estimates associated with electric line extensions, new service installations, and modifications to existing services are in accordance with CPS Energy documents entitled Policy for Electric Line Extensions and Service Installations and Rules and Regulations Applying to Retail Electric and Gas Service. Copies of these documents are available from CPS Energy's Customer Service Representative. 93 Coordination of Service Installation Requirements. Service installations and modifications must be coordinated with CPS Energy's Customer Service Representative. Customer will be required to furnish electrical drawings deemed necessary by CPS Energy's Customer Service Representative. The customer is encouraged to stay in contact with CPS Energy's Customer Service Representative during the design stages of a project to ensure that all electric service installation requirements are met. 93.1 Coordination with Customer Service Representative. The CPS Energy Customer Service Representative will coordinate all service installation requirements between the customer and internal CPS Energy engineering and construction departments. This coordination will include arranging meetings when required, communicating technical standards and specifications, and furnishing final construction sketches, if applicable. 93.2 Plans and specifications prepared by engineer. New electric service installations or modifications to existing electric services involving customer calculated loads rated over 600 amperes at 250 volts to ground or less, or rated at over 400 amperes and greater than 250 volts to ground, or any system above 600 volts nominal shall have the electrical plan sealed by a professional engineer, licensed or registered with the state of Texas. The following list identifies the service voltages offered by CPS Energy and the corresponding ampere values that will require a licensed or registered professional engineer. 480W/277 volt, 4-wire, 3-phase, 400 amperes, 333 kVA, 208W/120 volt, 4-wire, 3-phase, 600 amperes, 216 kVA, 240/120 volt delta, 4-wire, 3-phase, 600 amperes, 250 kVA, 120/240 volt, 3-wire, single phase, 600 amperes, 144 kVA, exception 1. Where designs involve the installation or modification of CPS Energy supply facilities on the line side of the point of delivery, CPS Energy may require documents to be prepared by a licensed or registered engineer at lesser kVA values when deemed necessary due to special conditions or other considerations. Refer to definition of supply facilities. Exception 2. Where distributed generation, DG, systems are designed to be interconnected on the line side or load side of the customer's service disconnecting means, CPS Energy will require documents to be prepared by a licensed or registered engineer for all designs of 25 kW AC and above for any voltage. Refer to Section 2000. Exception 3. Where otherwise required by the Texas Engineering Practice Act, the electrical plans shall be sealed by a licensed or registered engineer. 94 Metering Equipment Design. CPS Energy no longer provides single-phase, self-contained meter sockets to electrical contractors. Single-phase, Self-contained meter sockets approved by CPS Energy are listed on Figure 1801 and may be purchased through local distributors. All other metering equipment listed in Table 1801 will be furnished by CPS Energy. Customer may order CPS Energy furnished metering equipment at completion of application for service. The customer is advised to plan their job in accordance with these standards and to specify code numbers from Table 1801 when ordering metering equipment. Customer must coordinate with CPS Energy's customer service representative to order necessary metering equipment before wiring is started. Where customer design requires the use of metering instrument transformer enclosures larger or different than those listed in Table 1801, customer must submit manufacturer's shop drawings and specifications for review by CPS Energy. Such enclosures must be approved by CPS Energy prior to installation and be furnished and installed by customer at customer's expense, refer to Section 1800. 94 1-meter locations. Customer shall consult with CPS Energy's customer service representative regarding the location of metering equipment. CPS Energy's customer service representative will make final determination on the location of metering equipment, refer to Section 1800. 94 2-instrument transformer rated metering equipment. Estimated three-phase demand or calculated loads over 288 amperes on 208Y/120 volt, 240/120 volt closed delta, or 480Y/277 volt services will require the use of instrument transformer rated metering equipment. Estimated single-phase demand or calculated loads over 288 amperes on 120/240 volt service will require the use of instrument transformer rated metering equipment. Note 1. Services with single or parallel conductors that exceed the self-contained meter socket's cable specifications and all services with voltages greater than 480 volts will require the use of instrument transformer rated metering equipment, refer to Section 1800. Note 2. The customer, when coordinating any service installation or modification, should always consider the possibility that instrument transformer rated metering equipment may be needed in the design of the meter loop. 95 Access for CPS Energy employees and agents. The customer shall give employees of CPS Energy and its authorized agents, when properly identified, access to the premises of the customer at all reasonable hours and any time during an emergency. This access will be for installing, reading, inspecting, adjusting, repairing, maintaining, replacing, or removing any CPS Energy equipment on customer's premises, or for any other purpose incidental to the electric service supplied by CPS Energy. 96 Easements. Customer shall furnish CPS Energy, without charge, appropriate easements as specified by CPS Energy's customer service representative. Customer shall be responsible for providing unrestricted access and making all CPS Energy equipment readily accessible to CPS Energy. 96 1 Types of easements. CPS Energy's customer service representative will coordinate with customer and specify appropriate types and locations of easements necessary for the provision of electrical service to customers' premises. 96 2 Use restrictions. Buildings, signs, swimming pools, decks, equipment, or any other permanent structures within electrical easements are prohibited. CPS Energy easements must comply with the provisions established by CPS Energy. 97 Meter tampering. The customer shall not bypass, tamper with, or otherwise interfere with the proper operation and registration of CPS Energy metering equipment. Note 1. Equipment and wiring shall not be connected to facilities in such a manner as to bypass metering equipment required by CPS Energy. Note 2. Violations of the provisions outlined in this section will cause service to be disconnected and those responsible to incur criminal and civil penalties as provided for by the City of San Antonio and State of Texas statutes. 98 Attachment to CPS Energy utility/street light poles. Attaching any utility facilities or banner equipment to utility/street light poles shall be prohibited without first obtaining approval from CPS Energy's Pole Attachment Services. Refer to helpful numbers listed on the inside front cover page. 99. Discontinuous or interruption of service. CPS Energy reserves the right to discontinue, interrupt, or curtail service to any customer or refuse service to any customer, when in the judgment of CPS Energy, supply of service would constitute a safety or health hazard, for any condition outlined in CPS Energy's document entitled Rules and Regulations Applying to Retail Electric and Gas Service or in accordance with any other policies adopted by CPS Energy. 90-10 Requests for variance from standards. Requests for variance from CPS Energy's electric service standards and specifications, service voltage, minimum and maximum loads, etc., which are defined, described, detailed, or otherwise noted herein, will be evaluated on a case-by-case basis. Consultation with CPS Energy's customer service representative will be required prior to a variance request being reviewed and considered by CPS Energy. If a variance is not approved, the customer will be required to redesign their installation to comply with these standards.